Yes, well, we've all heard of Nessie, Bigfoot, and the Chupacabra, but Michigan's best-known monster is the Dogman. Local author Brett Allen is using a bit of his own history, murder, politics, and that legendary Michigan Dogman in his latest release. We are so lucky to have Brett with us here today talking about Sly Fox Hollow. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me.
All right, so talk to us about this latest release. Tell me about this book.
Okay, so Sly Fox Hollow, like you said, it's kind of a mix of genres. I've been describing it as a murder mystery comedy, but it's also got flavors of political satire and speculative fiction.
Okay.
And it's based in a fictional West Michigan town, and
but pulled a little bit maybe from where you grew up.
Yeah. So the structural bones of the town are based on Fremont,
Sure.
Where I was born and raised. But it also plays into the legend of the Michigan Dogman, which draws. It's more popular up in the northern part of Michigan, Traverse City area. But the concept behind the story is that this town is kind of like on a downward spiral, and then people start getting killed. The local monster hunter enthusiast, he suspects the Michigan Dogman, but the local sheriff kind of wants to keep that under wraps to not incite panic. When the longtime mayor of the town is killed, then it sparks a mayoral race that becomes very divided. Two pretty outrageous candidates come forward and use the fear of the Dogman to try to divide the town.
Okay.
All of this while more sinister stuff is kind of going on behind the scenes.
Okay, but still some funny in there too. It sounds kind of serious.
Yeah, so both of my books are comedies, so it was a lot of fun to write, and I hope that shines through. So
yeah, talk a little bit about the inspiration. I mean, I come from up north, so Dogman's super familiar. I'd explain to Candace who Dogman was, but talk about why you decided to include the monster in there and more of the inspiration that you've pulled into this.
Okay, so it all started, I wanted to write a book about a small town that gets politically divided through a mayoral election. And then I just happened to stumble across the legend of the Michigan Dogman. I didn't know about it before I started writing the book. And I was like, oh, that's perfect as something for the politicians to grab onto to stoke fear on the two sides. So as I learned more and more, the story just kind of evolved from there. And then I was out on a run in Ada one morning, and I saw a street sign for Fox Hollow Drive, and I was like, that's a perfect name for the town. So
well, I love that. I love that. So who's this book written for?
Well, I would say anybody from Michigan is going to love it. Anybody from West Michigan is going to love it more. People from Fremont especially will recognize some locations and some certain aspects of it. Age level, I would give maybe a PG-13
Okay.
rating.
And that, kind of my question too, like a YA perhaps,
Right. Yep.
Okay,
So.
Wonderful. And talk about the timing of the release too. Is this out right now? Can people grab it?
Yes, so It was released last Tuesday, so I hope everybody will go and check it out. I wanted to release it slightly before election season just because there's such a strong political satire lean in it.
Sure.
And I think people will see why I did it once they read it.
And you actually released it on election day though, so you know, right?
Yeah. It was planned.
It was planned, strategic. And so talk a little bit about your other books too and your history as an author.
Yeah, so my first book, Kilroy Was Here, was published in 2020 by A15 Publishing. It's loosely based on my 2009 deployment to Afghanistan. Again, it's a comedy, so it's more in the vein of, I like to tell people it's Catch-22 and MASH mixed with Office Space. So
I want to read it.
Yeah, so it's gotten really good reviews. The hardest part of being an independent author is just like making people aware of the book.
Sure.
So this has been a giant help. I can't thank you enough.
Oh my gosh, well thanks for being here. We love to support local authors. I am always intrigued by people's stories and where they pull inspiration from. So if people are interested, and let's not forget, you brought your friend with you.
I had numerous people on social media ask me if the Fox mask was coming with me today, so here it is. I've been using this to film promotional stunts. Recently, I ran the Chris Cook 5K in Fremont wearing this with my son.
That sounds like fun.
He's young enough to not be embarrassed by me yet. So, and I've told everyone that if sales reach 1,000 or when sales reach 1,000, I'll be doing something else big with the mask.
Okay, perfect. All right, so if they want to follow you on socials, where can they find you so you can watch more of this great coverage right here?
So my Twitter handle and Instagram handle are at Hogwash Writing, which is my website, hogwashwriting.com. There's more short stories and stuff like that on the website. If you want to find the book, you can get it on Amazon. You can get it at barnesandnoble.com. You can go to any bookstore and ask them to bring in a copy for you. And you can go to the website and find it there.
Perfect. So. Well, Brett, thank you so much. Congratulations on this new release. Can't wait to see what comes next. I can't wait to see you do more fun things with this mask on. All right, coming up.